You wake up, and you do not know it is your last day. The mattress is thin, and the room smells like old paint and damp wood. This is not the life people imagine when they hear your name spoken aloud. No palace, no armored convoy outside, no servants waiting. Just you and 4 walls. You are 44 years old, and you are tired deep inside your bones. Not tired from running, tired from thinking about running every single second of every day. You have been in this hideout on Los Olivos Street for exactly 3 weeks now. Same cracked ceiling every morning, same narrow window, same Medellin rooftops outside it. Outside, the city moves like nothing in the world has fundamentally changed at all. But everything has changed. Every single thing. And you know that better than anyone. Here is what nobody tells you about being the most wanted man alive. It is not the danger that breaks you. It is the waiting. The counting of footsteps in the street below. The listening for engines that slow down. The way your hand reaches for a gun before your eyes are fully open. You have been doing this for 16 months since you walked out of La Catedral. 16 months. 500 days of this same room, this same silence, this same wait. Your empire is gone piece by piece over those months, and you watched every piece fall. Your men are dead or arrested or sitting in rooms talking to investigators without hesitation. The Cali cartel helped the government dismantle your network from the outside in systematically. They fed information. They funded Los Pepes. They celebrated every time one of yours fell. Even people inside your own circle turned when the money stopped flowing like it used to. Loyalty in this business has always had a price, and you learned that lesson early. At your peak, you were making $80 million every single day without stopping. $80 million. Every day. While most people in this country earned less than $2. Forbes listed you among the wealthiest men alive on the entire planet Earth. You owned politicians and judges and generals and journalists and priests without anyone asking questions. You had your own prison built to your exact specifications because you negotiated your own surrender. La Catedral had a football pitch and a bar and a jacuzzi and a waterfall inside. You ran your entire operation from inside a prison. You designed and controlled yourself completely. When the government tried to move you, you simply walked out the front door and left. That was 15 months ago. They have been hunting you every single day since then. That man is gone now. What is left is this: a thin mattress, a cracked window, rice and beans, and a phone. You pick up the phone because the phone is the only real lifeline remaining to you. Your son Juan Pablo is in Bogota with your wife Victoria and your daughter Manuela. Juan Pablo turned 15 yesterday. You missed his birthday. You have missed too many things. He picks up on the second ring like he has been sitting beside the phone all morning. His voice sounds older than it did 3 months ago the last time you managed to call. 15 years old, and already carrying the weight of a name he never once chose. You tell him you are fine. You have told him this for 16 months without stopping. He says, "Okay, Papa," the way he always says it. Quiet. Careful. Older than 15. He knows you are lying. He has always been smart in ways that go well beyond school. You got your mathematics from your mother. He got his instincts directly from you. You talk for 11 minutes about football and his studies and whether Manuela is eating. Normal things. Deliberately normal. Aggressively normal. Because normal is the only luxury you have left. You do not tell him you have not slept more than 3 hours in 4 days. You do not tell him that Limon counted 3 slow vehicles on the street this morning. You do not tell him that something inside your chest has felt different since yesterday evening. When you hang up, the room feels smaller than it did before that phone call started. Stop. Think about that for one moment. The most feared man in the Western Hemisphere, wanted by governments on 3 continents. And the thing that makes the room feel small is hanging up with his 15-year-old son. That is who you actually are underneath every story anyone has ever told about you. You stand at the window and look down at Los Olivos Street below your feet. A fruit seller is pushing his wooden cart slowly along the uneven pavement below. Two boys are kicking a flattened can between them without any particular destination in mind. An old woman is hanging laundry from a second-floor balcony across the narrow street. Nobody down there knows that Pablo Escobar is standing 40 feet above their ordinary heads. That used to feel like power. Invisible and untouchable, and standing above everything always. Right now, it does not feel like power at all. It just feels profoundly and completely lonely. You built something from absolute nothing in a country that offered you nothing to begin with. You grew up in Rio Negro and then Envigado, son of a farmer and a school teacher. No connections, no inheritance, no powerful family name to open any doors ahead of you. Just a mind that worked faster than everyone around you and a will made entirely of iron. You started small, stealing gravestones, running contraband cigarettes and electronics across the border. Then you found the white powder from the jungle and understood what it could become globally. You did not invent cocaine trafficking. You industrialized it. That is the actual and important difference. At your height, you were supplying 80% of all cocaine entering the United States alone. 80%. One man, from Medellin, from streets exactly like the one outside this window. You fed entire neighborhoods when the Colombian government let those same people starve without caring. You built football fields in the comunas, where children had nothing and no one at all. You built houses for families who had spent their entire lives living under plastic sheets outside. People called you El Patron, and they meant it with something that felt genuinely close to love. But here is the thing nobody says out loud about Pablo Escobar. The same hands that built those football fields signed the orders that ended hundreds of lives. The judges who would not be bought. The politicians who broke agreements they had made personally. The journalists who kept writing the truth, no matter how many times you told them to stop. The presidential candidate Luis Carlos Galan, who threatened to extradite you and paid for it completely. You told yourself every single time that it was war, and in war, people die around you. You still tell yourself that. You tell yourself that because the alternative is uncarryable weight. Limon brings rice and beans up the narrow stairs just after 2 in the afternoon. Limon has been with you for years. When the money dried up and the men scattered, he stayed. You have eaten standing up for so long that sitting down to eat now feels wrong. After the food you pace, 8 steps one way, 8 steps back. Thinking, always thinking. You are still calculating, still working the problem the way you have always worked every problem. Contacts in Europe could arrange passage if the timing was right and the money moved correctly. But the family needs to get out of Colombia first, and that is the priority above all. Juan Pablo has been making calls from Bogota, brave and stupid and fearless all at once. He has been trying to negotiate safe passage for the family to any country that will take them. Germany said no. Peru said no. Mozambique was a possibility for exactly 3 days, then disappeared. Your 15-year-old son has been doing the diplomatic work of an experienced grown man. That thought moves something in your chest that has no name in the Spanish language. By 4 in the afternoon, you make 2 more calls. Shorter ones. Under 3 minutes each. You know the calls are dangerous. The search block has been triangulating phone signals for weeks. Colonel Hugo Martinez and his 23-year-old son are running the technical operation against you. His son sits in a surveillance van every single day, with radio equipment listening for your voice specifically. Listening the way a hunter listens for one particular animal, moving somewhere in a very dark forest. You know this. You have known this for weeks now. And still, you use the phone. Because the phone is the only thing connecting you to the reason you are still here at all. You keep the calls under 3 minutes. You move positions between each one. You tell yourself 3 minutes is not enough time to triangulate a signal and lock it. You told yourself this yesterday too, and the day before that, and every day before that. After the calls, you wash your face with cold water in the small bathroom down the hall. The mirror above the sink is cracked from corner to corner in one long diagonal line. You look at yourself in 2 halves, and you barely recognize either half looking back at you. You are not the man in the photographs anymore. That man wore a suit to his mugshot. That man looked at the camera like the camera should feel honored to be capturing his face. This man in the broken mirror has not shaved in 11 days, and his eyes are old. Not defeated. Never defeated. But carrying something that has no name in any language you know. You dry your face and walk back to the window, and the afternoon is fading now completely. Orange light spreading over the rooftops of Medellin, and the city looks like yours again. It has always looked like yours from up high, even now, even like this. Still yours. You think about your mother, Hermilda. She is 60 years old, and she never once stopped.